selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise.
Yeah, I gotta patch you in before your audio kicks on. So,
No
I
banks,
got a live
no
we'll,
fees,
countdown.
no
Timer's
more
got about
9 to
2 minutes,
5.
some seconds
What
left.
a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave, I'm here to stay. Living in the digital age. No banks, no fees, just decentralized. It's crypto paradise. No banks, no fees, no more 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Crypto is on the rise, making that dough in the crypto paradise. Watching it go, buying low, selling high. Riding the wave.
What's going on, Crypto Paradise family? We are back in the saddle, back with the live streams for another midweek market update. Hopefully you've been enjoying some of the Twitter spaces that we've been doing in lieu of the TA Tuesdays and the midweek live streams, the kind of the market updates. I was back home for the holidays, didn't have my setup here, able to power up the software to do the live streams, but back in action, back in the home office, as you can see behind me here, joined as always by Amaru. We've got some great market updates. There's a lot of stuff going on. The markets have been nuts since the new year, super volatile. Is this the last final shakeout before we go turbo bull mode here into 2025? But pre-sales are coming back. AI agents are blowing off. We got the inauguration in 5 days. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. Amaru, what's going on, man?
Yeah, chilling. Glad to be here. Glad to be back doing these live streams. A lot to cover today. So yeah, let's jump right into it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think probably the easiest and most relevant topic that's on a lot of people's minds. Everybody I'm talking to keeps mentioning it. The inauguration is in 5 days. We've got the first ever pro-crypto president of the United States of America taking office. What are your thoughts on that? Are we going to see, a lot of people are saying like it's kind of already, you know, one of those buy the news, sell the event kind of.
Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Buy the rumor, sell the news kind of a things. I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to depend a lot on what he says at the inauguration. But what are your thoughts on what's going to go down on Monday next week?
I don't think Trump's going to let us down. But that doesn't mean that day one, he's going to do everything that you want to do for the crypto industry. right? It takes a lot of time to institute sort of new policies and new directions within the federal government. So for those who are expecting the Bitcoin strategic reserve to launch on day one of Trump's presidency, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Now, he could, and I imagine that he will, frankly, put out some sort of press release or maybe even just a tweet reiterating that he is in fact intending to create this Bitcoin strategic reserve, intending to make the United States the number one, basically, crypto power and innovator in the whole world. I think he's going to come out with some messaging around that. I don't know if it's going to happen day one. But if you think long term, right? Gensler's out. We got the new SEC chairman coming in who is pro crypto. Trump, obviously pro crypto. JD Vance, Elon, Vivek Ramaswamy, on and on. All these people around him pro crypto. So over time, you're going to see changes within the federal government that are going to help the markets. You just got to be patient.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that a lot of people are probably expecting to, they'd be very happy just hearing general bullish news. Him coming out and reiterating now that he's officially taking office, he's going to stand by the things that he said during his campaign. He's going to stand by the things that he said since November, when he got elected. Because at this point, it's a lot of conjecture, which has created a lot of hype. I mean, we were at mid 60s leading into the election, and the more and more it looked like Trump was, going to get elected. And of course, he did get elected, and we saw it almost double in price, going up to 108,000, 109,000, wherever it topped out. Of course, we've corrected a bit since then, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But that's mostly, in my opinion, based on people getting excited about this new administration, the things that they're going to bring to the crypto industry. The Bitcoin Strategic Reserve obviously is probably the most impactful. But they've talked about all sorts of things like, making America the Bitcoin mining capital of the world again, making crypto essentially legal, because it's, for all intents and purposes, it's been essentially illegal in the States for a while now. Not just the last 4 years, but even, Trump wasn't pro crypto in his last 4 years as president. When he was elected previously, he was not pro crypto. I wouldn't say he was super staunchly anti crypto, but this pro crypto stance he's taken is new since his last administration. So it's been very, very hard to execute as a crypto company, as a founder, being an American, even as an investor being an American, the past 8 years. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipeline. He's floated ideas about different types of taxes, whether that's, the general idea of lowering or completely getting rid of income tax for tariffs. But more specifically about crypto, he's floated many different ideas about no capital gains tax on crypto for American-based companies or companies with American investors, or, who knows what's going to come out of that. But, the crypto strategic reserve is just one of many things that he's talked about doing. So it'll be very interesting to see if he comes through on the inauguration day and what he actually says. Okay, this is step one, this is step two. Here's kind of our rough timeline. If he gives any numbers around the strategic reserve, I mean, if he comes out and says, here's what we're looking at, it's going to take some time to implement, but we're going to be buying, 5 million Bitcoin over the next 10 years. I mean, expect Bitcoin to immediately just take off for the moon as every institution and nation state and investor with two IQ points to rub together goes and apes into Bitcoin because Uncle Sam's opening up the blank checkbook. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Probably a lot of volatility and speculation over the next week heading into that the inauguration there, as people guessing at what's going to happen.
By the way, they already have the draft legislation for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. It will be 1 million Bitcoin purchased over, I believe, a 5-year period, and held for that for I think even longer. So they already have the draft legislation there. Whether they can get that through Congress is another question. My understanding is that Trump can, with executive order, right, just on his own, order that the United States hold the existing Bitcoin that they've confiscated, over the years. So that would be kind of step one in the reserve. And then you add to the buying. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad you mentioned the other policies. Look, I don't think it takes a lot to move the markets. It's just going to be him essentially going on Twitter or somewhere, press release, whatever, statement to the public saying, hey, we intend to do these things. They don't have to get done. They just have to say, we are going to do them. I was serious about it. I wasn't messing with you guys. and then the markets are going to fly. But I do want to just zoom out for a bit because I think
real quick, something
go ahead.
you brought up there, and I wanted to ask: did we ever get confirmation if the Biden administration actually sold 65,000 of the 203,000 Bitcoin? Looking at the chart here, you can see I think it was back on the 13th when we started to see these red candles come in, or maybe it was one of these 2 days, but really started to go down hard here. But that's what created this dip, was the rumors going around that the Biden administration either was about to liquidate or had liquidated 65 or 69,000 Bitcoin that they'd confiscated from the Silk Road. Did we ever get confirmation? Did that happen, or was that just a rumor? I haven't heard either way.
So yeah, I've looked into this a bit, and this is based on actually a court case. The court finally ruled. So the Department of Justice, right, which is actually supposed to be sort of separate from the rest of the federal government. Just so to say that it's the Biden administration, it's the Department of Justice has these Bitcoins. I forget the amount. It's like $6 billion worth, which is a lot, but it's not anything the market couldn't absorb. The court ruled that the Department of Justice does have the right to sell it, right? The Department of Justice wanted to sell it, and then someone sued saying, no, you can't. And there was a lawsuit, and then the court finally ordered that, okay, yes, Department of Justice, you can do this. Now, Trump comes into office in 5 days. It takes a long time, usually, I think, for federal government and agencies to do stuff. They're busy, they're lazy, whatever. You've ever been to the DMV before, you know how the federal government works. So it's not as if I don't think that the day that order came down, they sent the funds over to Coinbase. So I don't know if they sold it or not. My hope would be that, they understand that this is somewhat political now because Trump has come out pro-crypto. Democrats were mostly anti. Trump won. The people have spoken on this issue. And hey, let's not sell this because Trump coming in 5 days could say, we want to use that for our strategic reserve. So I don't think they've sold. I think, if they had sold, we would know. Because remember, these wallets are all tracked and stuff. Like they know, the blockchain sleuths know who the government's wallets. They know, oh shit, government moved $5 billion worth of, that would be all over the crypto news.
Yeah.
So we would know. I don't think it's happened yet. And my hope is that it doesn't happen, but we really don't know.
Yeah, I agree. That was kind of my first thought when I started seeing that as well. The people were saying, oh, the wallet's been activated and the funds were sent to Coinbase or some other exchange, I heard other rumors about OTC deals and stuff. But as quick as that rumor went away, I ventured to guess that you're right, that they, it was more of a statement that someone saw the court case ruled in the favor of the DOJ. And so they just started speculating. And then, how rumors go in this industry, it was all over CT within an hour without, anything actually happening. So yeah, I'm with you. I hope that they haven't been sold. Cause in 5 days, new administration, I think there'd be some serious consequences if they decided to go ahead and do that for them. But anyway, sorry, you were saying you wanted to zoom out on some stuff here.
Yeah, just real quick, right? Like, I know we love to talk about the day-to-day news, and there's so much exciting things that can make the market go up, down, whatever. Long term, this industry is going to continue to see adoption. It's going to see new holders come in. It's going to see new investors from the corporate side of things, like more micro strategies. It's going to see nation states continue to adopt crypto. It's going to see Wall Street continue to buy in, and everyday retail. So we're still early days. This whole DOJ thing with the Bitcoin reminds me when Germany was selling. Imagine if you had panic sold then. You would have missed out on 100% gains on Bitcoin because it dumped to 50 and now is around 100. So don't let the day-to-day stuff. I know we like to talk about it and it's fun and this and that, but keep your eye on the long term. In 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, does anyone think Bitcoin is going to be worth only $96,000 in 10 years from now? Of course not. Or you shouldn't if you're paying attention.
maybe Peter Schiff, but
yeah. So look, zoom out, long term. Okay, someone's going to sell, but then someone's going to buy. But long term, we're on this adoption up. We're going up. So just stick with it. We're going up. As a guy who's been hodling since 2017, a lot of my bags and have done very well as a result of that. Just hodl. Adoptions continue to happen before our eyes, and it's all going to be fine.
Absolutely. And just a quick shout out to everybody that is watching right now. Oh, there we go. Wrong page. Back to that. Everybody that's watching the live stream right now, thanks for joining us. Shout out to our channel sponsor, Bybit. We've got a link in our pinned post right now. And in our header on X there, as well as on our website. You can find our link where you guys can get, I think it's a $30,000 trading bonus, or up to a $30,000 trading bonus. Bybit is far and away the easiest centralized exchange that you can use out there. They've got probably, I believe it's the most perpetuals, or if you're into trading futures and things like that, I think they have more pairs than anybody else out there. Really slick slide if you're getting into trading, if you're looking for a spot to buy. And as far as projects go in terms of pre-sales, as we're about, which was one of the things we want to talk about today, Bybit is probably the hottest accessible exchange out there. So it's a good one to have an account on, because of most of the early of these projects, when they launch, Bybit is their goal for one of their first listings, if they can afford it. If they can't, probably like MEXC, a Gate, BitGet, something like that. But Bybit is going to be their ultimate goal. It's one of the more accessible. Obviously, there's Coinbase and there's Binance, but those are fairly unobtainable for the average project. I mean, you're talking, the project needs to be in the hundreds of millions typically before something like that is going to happen. I mean, the listing fee alone is like close to $1 million. So, but in terms of accessible for early stage projects, Bybit's the place to be at, where you're going to be able to get access to a lot of those early projects within a week or so of their launch. So very, very good spot to have an account. If you don't have one yet, please use that link. It helps support the channel. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to Bybit. Shout out to all our sponsors, all the projects that we work with. We got some great ones that have been basically with us since the early days of Crypto Paradise, and some new ones coming online, like Quants, where we have some content dropping for those guys very soon, and a handful of others. So shout out to all our projects that are working with us, Bybit, the followers, the community. We're just getting started, guys, here at Crypto Paradise. We got goals to make this into a major channel. And just like Bitcoin, the adoption is happening before our eyes. So thanks for sticking with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we're still a baby in terms of KOLs and channels. We started this just kind of as a part-time thing, in April of last year. So less than a year has gone by. And, we're trying to innovate and add new stuff. We've started these live streams. We built up the channel. We've got, TikTok going. We launched the mini app, which is, again, that's only a month old. We're still learning a lot there and improving a lot there. We've got some exciting updates there. We're going to have our first airdrop going live in the mini app on Friday for Tordes. You're going to have the opportunity to get $25,000 worth of Tordes. This is just season 1, by the way. There's gonna be multiple seasons coming, so I think possibly up to $100,000 in Tordes over the next coming months here, available for airdrop through the Crypto Paradise mini app. But season 1 goes live on Friday. It's gonna be open for 45 days. If you're not familiar with the mini app, it's basically your one-stop shop to get access to the tokens, airdrops, raffle prizes from a number of the hottest projects across the crypto space. We've got DeFi projects in there. We've got AI agents in there. We've got infrastructure projects in there. We have a ton of really, really great projects in there that we're giving away tokens for free. A lot of these other mini apps are kind of like the tap to play and this social tasks, and all you're trying to do is get into an airdrop that may or may not come down the road from one project. In the Crypto Paradise mini app, we've got over $150,000 in tokens that we're giving away from over 25 different projects of meme coins. I mean, like, you name it, every different sector within crypto. And that's, again, this is just the first month. We're just getting started with this, and airdrops are gonna be the new big thing. We have the Crypto Paradise bag, which is already worth over $40,000 in crypto, that we're going to be giving away later in the bull run when it gets up over $100,000. We're going to give that away to a lucky Crypto Paradise. We're talking 6 figs in crypto going to a Crypto Paradise fan. So it's a very different type of app. It's got some of the familiar elements with the games in there, with the kind of the tasks to earn, following the socials and things like that, other different projects in there. The difference is we're giving away cold hard cash in crypto every single week, every single month. We've got a $500 monthly bounty for referrals in there. I think our average right now, since we launched it on December 9th, is over $1,000 a week in crypto that we're giving away in there. So if you haven't checked that out yet, get in there. Now's the time. Go start building up some points, get in some of the raffles. I think we got 2 short-term raffles going right now for some meme coins. The big grand prize is always available to buy raffle tickets for. And then on Friday, if you save some of those points, you're gonna have an opportunity to get into the very first airdrop and get your hands on your share of $25,000 in Tortoise tokens. So lots of cool, interesting stuff happening there. We're going to be adding new features, new games coming up here in a little bit. We're working out a deal with our dev team right now to kind of take this to level 2, to V2 of the app, which is going to be a lot more interactive, a lot more capability for us to do things like live stream in the app, to bring in video content right in the app, have individual pages for the projects that are in there, and a whole bunch of other really cool, fun stuff for you guys to get involved and active on these things like these live streams, where right now it's a lot of just kind of you listening to us, but in the future via the mini app, you'll be able to interact. There'll be prizes that you can win during the live streams, where you can go in the app while you're watching, enter code words or answer questions and actually interact with us live and get rewarded with crypto. So definitely check it out. There's links all over our page. I'll go ahead and I'll post one in the comments right now, a link to the mini app there, but definitely check that out if you haven't yet.
What am I doing on this live stream? I need to be on this mini app. I'm just trying to earn money. Like, what is this? But no, I'm just kidding around. I want to give a shout out to Nate. He's done an amazing job, Nate and the dev team, building out this app, thinking about it in a very different, innovative way. Most of these mini apps out there, it's one project sponsoring it. There's unlimited projects, essentially all the ones that we bring on to support Crypto Paradise, and we partner with and do content for. They're coming into the app. They're giving out some rewards to engage with their communities, their projects, and then in turn you guys win. So it's kind of going to feed on itself and continue to grow over time. But I just want to say one thing to everybody who's finding out the mini app now. We want to reserve the winners for those who are genuine Crypto Paradise community members. And so by that, I mean people who are joining these live streams, people who are joining the spaces, people who are active in the Telegram, and of course, completing the necessary tasks on the mini app. So what we do before we actually determine who the winner is or winners for that given week is we check this person is the winner, right? Random drawing or whatever. But then we check, did this guy actually, join the space? Did he complete the task? Did he say anything on time? Is he a genuine community member? So for those who are down to, grow with us and learn and be a part of this community, the mini app is great for you. For anyone who's thinking about trying to game the system, don't bother. Don't even bother trying. We're not going to let you win. So that's just, the cold, hard truth. I don't want to throw too much cold water on it because you've done such a wonderful job. But we want it to be for genuine community members.
Yeah, absolutely. Airdrop farmers, welcome. All are welcome. Community members, welcome. But, we do verify that you've actually completed the tasks that you said you've completed in the app. So I know it may not seem like it with the app. A lot of the apps don't verify it, but I'm the one doing it personally. So I go through and I check every single winner, and I check that they're following the pages they said they follow, that they're liking the posts they said they like, that they retweeted, that they're a part of the Telegram groups that they said they joined to earn those points to get into those raffles, et cetera, et cetera. So, we do check, and we want to make sure that we're rewarding the people that are actually putting in the work on the app, right? So it's completely random for the draw. We're not picking and choosing our favorite followers, nothing like that. It's completely verified on chain in terms of randomness for who we draw. But when we get that list of winners, we go through and we actually check that they are completing the tasks they said they completed. And we have had to disqualify someone already because that they had not followed, that completed the tasks that they said they completed. So we do check, we do verify. And again, it's not to try and be mean to anybody. We want this to be a win for everybody. The projects join because they want to increase their followers and engagement. And we want to reward you guys for being active participants in the community and working with the projects that we're working with and supporting them. So we that's kind of the bargain. Everybody wins here. We just want to make sure that, we're rewarding the people that are actually putting the work in and putting the hours in and supporting the channel and supporting our projects. So with that being said, and you get a big shout out and congrats. We just posted a video of the winners for the last month's referral. Congrats to those guys. They really kicked some ass. I think the top 4 out of the top 5 referred over 100 people to the app. So, I mean, I think the total number was almost 600 people between the top 5 participants. So big shout out to those guys. You earned your rewards. Definitely. I mean, first place gets $200 in USDT. I think second place is 150, and then third, fourth, and fifth each get $50. We do that every single month, right? That's just one of many ways you can win cash, crypto. I'm sure we'll have NFTs. We have whitelist spots we're going to be giving away. In fact, we just talked to a project today that said, hey, we might have some whitelist spots for an upcoming pre-sale that you guys could give away in the mini app, right? So there's all sorts of opportunities. As Ian mentioned, we're just getting started with this. So if you haven't joined that yet, definitely get in there. I posted a link both on YouTube and and on X in the comments there. So, and speaking of pre-sales, Ian, the pre-sale market we're seeing some signs of life. It's been a cold wasteland winter tundra for about 9 months, but it is starting to really heat up again.
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, we sort of cut our teeth in this industry to some degree anyway in the world of pre-sales. We had a lot of success with them in the last bull run. But of course, pre-sales are quite sensitive to market conditions, and it's been extremely bearish for years now, essentially, especially particularly for pre-sales. But they are making a comeback. Now, that being said, not all pre-sales are created equal. You have to have the right category. You have to have good token economics. You have to have the right team. You have to have the right exchanges there. You have to have the right market makers, influencer. It's a lot that goes into a successful pre-sale. The good news is we've spent the past 4 years getting wrecked, scammed, and effed over by any number of projects. And we're now taking those learnings and hopefully passing that information on to you guys so you don't experience those horrible things. By the way, we've also had instances where we've done incredibly well. That's the thing about pre-sales, right? You're investing in a token that has not yet launched. The upside can be massive, but the risk is that they don't even launch and your investment goes to zero. Essentially, you are your own VC. That's what I like to say about those who are investing in pre-sales. You are your own venture capitalist. 9 projects will do poorly. 1 will do 100x and make up for all the losses and then some. That's basically how it goes. But we have probably 3 or 4 new projects that we are working with through Crypto Paradise that are coming out soon. We got Quants, Sonar, and some others that are still sort of in the negotiation phase. But 2 projects I am very bullish on. We also have one of the projects that we've worked with for a long time called Mellowman. They are a meme coin with utilities, right? Meme-tility, as you might say. They are now in the pre-sale game. The founder, Phil, and I go way back, having done pre-sales and different deals, in the last bull run or even before. And, I spoke with him a few weeks back and said, hey, let's do this for Mellow, man. You got a great community. They're going to love it. I think we can do this again and find a lot of success. So Mellow has formed its own pre-sale sort of community, the Mellow Whale Fund. To get into that, you have to just be holding 200,000 or more Mellow tokens. And then you have the ability and the option to invest into the seed round, private sale round, whatever, of these new projects. And the first one is Sonar, an AI project, which is looking very solid. Happy about everything in the pre-sale world coming back to life. And it's about damn time.
Yeah, absolutely. And nothing official yet, but that is something we're also eyeing with the mini app, is being have the potential to do some to really reward the top people that are interacting and engaging with our projects and supporting the community, is to offer potential whitelist spots into some of these pre-sales, or even host a pre-sale from Crypto Paradise that we can offer exclusively to the Crypto Paradise fam. It's nothing official yet, but I have been talking about some ways that we could integrate that into the app. So keep your eyes on that. That's one more reason to follow Crypto Paradise. One more reason to join the Telegram mini app.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think people need to understand too, like, as great as the giveaways are, the knowledge and the information to me is actually more impactful, more powerful for your long-term crypto journey, right? It's kind of like, you ever heard that phrase, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man to fish, he'll eat for his life. It's that same concept. We can give you a couple $100 for this, that task, whatever. And we're happy to do that. But if you actually pay attention and you try to learn something from us, you'll probably earn much more than $500 over the course of your lifetime if you stick with crypto. in general. Now, that's not to say it's, all rainbows and butterflies. There's going to be losses and hardship and challenges. But, if you were watching us from back in April when we first opened the channel and we had called $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, and you had, sort of had that conviction along with us, I think you would have made much more than $500, right? So we've been in the space a long time collectively between myself, Nate, and Nick. I mean, we're talking about probably 30 years in this industry. I like to think we learned a little something, and we're here to teach you guys. So, engage with the channel, follow the channel, not just for the $500 or what have you, but for the knowledge and the information that we can impart to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have any questions about pre-sales, how to get started, what the basics are, I mean, there's a whole new term. Like anytime you get into a new type of investing in this industry or in any industry, there's a whole new vocabulary. There's a whole new set of tools that you're going to use, people that you're going to need to follow, etc. So if you have questions on any of that, please use this as a resource. That's what the Crypto Paradise Telegram group is for. Amaru, myself, Ghost, the Hitman, we're all in there every single day chatting with people. We're always happy to answer your questions. So if you want to find out more about pre-sales or anything else that we're doing on the channel, that's your spot. Make sure to hop in there and chat it up with us and the rest of the community. There's always some great alpha flowing around in there each and every day. So speaking of the pre-sales, I guess some of the hottest stuff we've been seeing are the AI agents. And a lot of those aren't even doing pre-sales. A lot of those, there are some doing pre-sales. A lot of them are launching on these sites like Virtuals or AI16Z. And I'm not even 100% sure how they launch. Most of them are kind of a fair launch of some sort. But what's your take on the AI agents as a whole? I mean, they kind of started out as memes. Now they have like almost a staking, a yield bearing component to them, but they're still have that meme-esque kind of funness and community to them. And how do you think that's going to impact our upcoming pre-sale and launch of Quant?
Yeah, so I look at the AI agent sector as sort of there's two categories within that, right? There's the ones that are essentially memes with an AI wrapper, as I say, an AI character who's driving, the activity on Twitter, maybe the activity on Telegram. It's engaging, it's funny, but there's no utility for the token per se. There's no product there that people can use to perhaps generate revenue for that particular project. It's basically a meme 2.0. It's fun, AI's there, but it's a meme and it comes with the risks and so on of memes. Then there's the other category, which are legit projects. They built real products that people use or will use, and that are integrating AI agents into their projects. Quant is a great example. Quant is it's basically a decentralized hedge fund. That's how I look at that project. They've onboarded a bunch of quants, really sophisticated traders, essentially, with their software. Uses AI, and the end user can basically deposit funds into these vaults, which then do trading on their behalf, and it makes profits for you based on the market volatility, so on and so forth. That's the core product of Quants. Awesome product, been around now for a few years, already has a bunch of users, already has proven product which has been generating money for people. Now, with the rise of these AI agents, they can integrate AI agent technology into their core platform. And what that essentially does for them, and I think a lot of projects in the AI agent categories, this is how they're approaching, is they spin up all these individual agents with specific functionality, right? Each agent has its own use case. One agent's monitoring, social media all the time. Another agent is, seeing where the most volume and liquidity is, so for to make the best trades. Another agent's doing something else, whatever. And then all these agents are kind of working together to give you a better outcome. And in the case of quants, a better outcome for the trades. That's because how the money's being made. So that to me is like legit AI agents. And then there's the fun meme AI agents that they can do great. Some can do really well, I'm sure. But it's basically meme with an AI wrapper. So that's how I look at it. And there's probably other projects we talk about, but quants, man, absolute gem. So happy to have invested in that one. Not financial advice, but super bullish on quants.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, and I haven't taken the time to do a deep dive on AI agents. There's just, again, we've said this 100 times. There's a million ways to make money in this industry. And if you chase every new hype trend, every new shiny thing that comes along, you're not going to become an expert at any of it. Right. So, I as much as I've wanted to go all in and spend my waking hours of the nights studying up on the AI agents, I've learned too many times in the past the hard way not to chase new trends like that. And kind of learn about it over time. And if it sticks around long enough, there'll still be opportunities there. But from what I've seen, a lot of these like virtuals, for example, or AI 16Z, which is the kind of overlying infrastructure under which all of these different AI agents are launching on. Like virtuals has a lot of famous ones like Vader and Rect, and I don't even remember. There's a whole bunch of them on there, and each of them, as you said, do kind of different things. And they're not necessarily associated, other than that they launched using virtuals tech. Some of them are like tools of their own, helping people build like AI videos, or other ones are just like meme stuff. I don't fully understand it, but all of them have a component where you can stake their token and earn a yield. I don't know where that yield comes from, if it's off trading volumes or like, that's what for me doesn't really make sense. And for me, thinks that this will be, whenever the market corrects and comes down, these are going to, crash real hard and probably not come back like we see every cycle with these trendy tokens, because there's no fundamental underlying business underneath of it. Like, it's just speculation feeding speculation. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure some of these do have actual products that are generating revenue, but not to the tune of where these, after a couple of weeks, are at multi-billion-dollar market caps, right? That's just, there's not that much business and revenue flowing through them. So a lot of these AI agents, I think they're doing useful stuff. But what does the token have to do with that? I don't really know. Probably nothing. So I think these AI agents are going to be able to do a lot of really sick stuff for us in the future. We're going to be using them for all kinds of things. A token's a great way for the teams to make money in the meantime. Good for them. I'm happy for them. I don't see it being a long-term successful business model. And that's what I loved about quants, is that quants is like a virtuals, where underneath of them, they've got all of these different quant vaults, which are different trading strategies. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with what quant trading is, quant trading is essentially what the world's top hedge funds use. Like, it's these super complex AI powered algorithms that outperform all that's how the hedge funds make their money, and outperform all the day traders and the that are at home on their computers, are these quant funds, these quant strategies they're using. So what quants has done is they take that, and you can go in just like under virtuals, but instead of picking these different AI meme, whatever they are, agents that at some point are going to collapse. I mean, good for you. I hope you can make some money on them in the meantime, because they're probably going to keep running for a while. But the difference with quants is these quant vaults, these are proven, time-tested strategies that the greatest hedge funds in the world have been using for decades. They're democratizing and decentralizing that for you and I to get into. So this is something that's a lot more cycle-proof, a lot more trend-proof. That it's the same model as like a virtuals, where you're coming in and picking these different AI agents. But in the difference with quants is that these AI agents are running quant fund strategies that the best hedge funds in the world will be using, and you can pick through them. So the yield that you're earning there is based on real assets being traded, real revenue being generated, not just speculation feeding speculation kind of stuff that you see with a lot of these other AI agents. So it's a lot more, like I said, cycle proof, a lot more trend proof. It's got a lot more history in the traditional markets. We understand a bit more about how quant trading works and its history, etc. It's a lot more proven. And again, they're decentralizing that and opening up access to something that, unless you have access to a hedge fund, which I personally don't, now you can get access to that through quant. So and the team's awesome as well. They're multiple time founders and investors in there, so they really know what they're doing. They're very locked in there. Really cool project, doing what I want to see more and more projects in our industry doing, taking a cool technology like these AI agents and putting them to work for an actual legitimate purpose, rather than a funny meme or something that's completely unrelated to the token, right? So something that I think it's a lot better use of the technology. And as far as their token go, their token is used within the ecosystem. And it's used for things like buybacks and rewarding the token holders. I can't remember what the percentage is. It's essentially a revenue share of sorts with their token. So, these quant strategies, it's like any other trading strategy. When the market's going up, they make money. When the market's going sideways, they have strategies that can make money. When the market's going down, they can make money. So, rain, shine, bull market, bear market, doesn't matter. Like, these quant vaults are going to be pumping out revenue, pumping out yields where, at some point when the markets cool off, these other AI agents are not. So that's where I think this is a much safer long-term play.
Yeah, completely with you on that about quants in particular. Right now in the market, for someone like myself, maybe investing in pre-sales would outperform a quant. But I'll tell you this much, when the bear market hits, and the bear market will hit at some point, probably this time next year, pre-sales will be dead. I'm not a trader. I will have no way to make money in crypto, no good way anyway. And quants will be there generating their 10% annual, and I'll be saying, hey, that's a great place to park some of the gains that I've made. Yeah. That's my take on it. Others, obviously, and hell, even in the bull run, it's probably going to outperform hodling. That's for sure. Well, if you're just going to hodl with the bull run, you might as well do something like quants and take advantage of trading.
Yeah, 10% is a great benchmark, but I think if we're looking at their numbers, they've done far better than that over the last couple of years using these strategies. So just because their token's not live doesn't mean the platform isn't, their tech hasn't been working. They've already generated more than $2 million in revenue before they've even launched their full tech and products are online. So, once they launch their token, their marketing's going to kick in, their user acquisition is going to kick in. Those numbers are going to ramp up. And again, that revenue is tied back to the token. So nothing is cycle proof, nothing is bear market proof, but things like quants are a way you're going to be able to still make money and generate revenue regardless of whether the market's going up, down, or sideways. So it's one of those, much safer bets. Again, not financial advice, but that's a really pre-sale that we're all super excited here at Crypto Paradise to be a part of. And also just stoked that we're going to be able to use their tech and, park some capital in those vaults to generate revenue regardless of the market conditions.
Yeah, keep a look at our channels for the interview that's going to drop soon that we did with the founder of Quants. Yesterday we recorded that, should be out in a day or two. A lot of fascinating information there. That guy is switched on, man. He is smart as hell. He's been in the space a long, long time. He knows the sector. I think quants at, a 9 million FDV, I think, is the round that we were able to get into. Oh, man, that's undervalued. So not financial advice, as we love to say over and over, but super bullish on quants and glad to be working with those guys. So, any other final topics?
Well, I was going to say one piece of financial advice I will give you is if you meet the founder of Quants and he invites you to a poker game, just say no, because he's every bit as sharp at the poker table as he is at the negotiating table and as a founder running a project. So that's a bit of financial advice that I will stand by.
There's a story there that I want to hear maybe another time, but I had no idea you guys actually even met in real life. That's
we've met a couple times at some of the crypto conferences. I haven't sat down at the poker table with him, but I was at a table where he was inviting some people and talking to some of his friends about how those games go, and apparently he's quite the shark at the table as well. So.
All right, you want to invest with the sharks, right?
Exactly.
Who knows what the hell he's doing.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's fantastic. Any other final topics for today's live stream?
I think we're good, man. I think next week's going to be really exciting to get on because next week on Wednesday will be 2 days after the inauguration. We'll kind of have a lot. I'm sure we'll have a ton to talk about there. What he has mentioned, what's upcoming in terms of the administration, what kind of rules and regulations they're hoping to put forward, what's going on with the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Did he free Ross? Did he back up all the things he said in his campaign and in the last month and a half here since the election, and just seeing how the markets are reacting to that. So I think next week is a great week to tune in and kind of get the scoop. I'm sure we'll have the Hitman back with us as well to discuss anything and everything that's going on with the inauguration and how the markets have reacted to that.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. 2025 is going to be a huge year for crypto. I know we've been in this kind of bearish cool-off period for a month or whatever. It ain't going to last forever, guys. It never does. The trend, it doesn't go down forever and it doesn't go up forever. So we're going to have a reversal here at some point, and you'll be glad you held on, and you'll be glad you paid attention and you kept tuning into Crypto Paradise and learning and growing with us. That's how you make it over time in this space. Stay locked in, stay engaged, and we'll see you on the beach.
See you next time.